Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Part, fools, put up your swords. You know not what you do. What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death. I do, but keep the peace. Put up lie or manage it to part these men with me. What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward.
If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace.
My child is yet a stranger in the world. Here we think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
Welcome, gentlemen.
What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems like she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares the slave? Come hither, covered with an antic face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity. Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin. Content thee, gentle cause, let him alone. Bear him like a portly gentleman, and say truth. Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I will not, for the wealth of all the town, here in my house do him disparagement. It fits. When such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him. He shall be endured.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin this is, my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saint lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nurse her daughter, that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have her the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son of the heir of old Tiberio.
What's he that now is going out of door?
Marry that, I think be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows there, that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy. Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Romeo.
Juliet!
I must go.
Good morrow, father.
What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to their bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. But where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, their golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then I here hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, whereon a sudden one hath wounded me. That by me wounded, both are remedies within thy help, and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man for lo. My inception likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart-steel love is set on the fair daughter of a rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine. By holy marriage, when and where and how, we met, we wooed, and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow they stumble that run fast.
Lucio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days, is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee, and by the operation of the second cup draws it on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, come, thou art as hot as a jack in the mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such, we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good den, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me good occasion. Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Marry, go before to field, he'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, thy love, I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain I am none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love, and so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Alice Dakota carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
That wouldst be thou have me.
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, that I mean to make bold withal, and as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of his pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Go. Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly hath forbidden bandying in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio. Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague o' both your houses. Sounds. A dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague o' both your houses. They have made worms meat of me, I have it, and soundly too. Your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt in my behalf, my reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, that an hour hath been my kinsman. O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate in my temper, softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead. The gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds which too untimely here did scorn of the earth.
This day's black fate on mo days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Romeo, away, begone, the citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, begone, away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet your day.
Night's candles are burnt out, and Joe's Sunday stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhaled to be this to this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needst not to be gone.
Madam,
Nurse?
your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then, window, let day in, and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend. Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Ho, daughter, are you up? Why, how now, Juliet?
Madame, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears?
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death, as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madame?
That same villain, Romeo. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn. the gallant and the young noble gentleman, the country Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now, by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take at your hands.
How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave. Fie! Fie! What, are you mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear with patience but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. Harumph!
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief?
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Nurse, go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence's cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will, and this is wisely done.
Are you at leisure, holy father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass? My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past clear, past help. Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. Tell me not, friar, that thou heardst of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If, in thy wisdom, thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently, and slay myself. Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves its desperate execution. Go home, be merry, give consent, to merry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow, to-morrow light night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to wanny ashes, thy eyes' windows fall, like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold, appear like death, and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridge room in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shall awake. Shall Romeo by my letters know our drift? And hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And in this free thee from this present shame, if no inconsistent toy, nor womanish fear, abate thy valor in acting it. Give me, oh, tell me not of fear. Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua, with my letters to thy lord. Love give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
How now, my headstrong? What have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here. And I beg your pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Son for the county, go tell him of this. I have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell, and gave him what becomes love I might, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I am glad on't. This is well. Stand up.
Thank you, father. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here? My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Come, Vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonoured because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet, methinks, it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. Now if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me, there's a fearful point. Shall I not, then, be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there dies strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or, if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where, for these many 100 years, the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in the earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, it is not like that I, so early waking, with what loathsome smells, and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and, in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo, that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, 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 here's drink, I drink to thee. Well,
Mistress! What mistress? Juliet! Fast I warned her. She... What dressed? And in your clothes, and down again. I must needs wake you. Lady! 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 Alas, alas! Help! Help! My lady's dead! Oh, well a day that ever I was born! Some aquavitae! Oh, my lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, look, oh, heavy day!
Oh me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, help, call help.
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come. She's dead! Deceased! She's dead! Alack the day!
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
That hath ta'en her hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return.
News from Verona! How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet, that I ask again? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her lay low in her kindred's vault, and presently took it post to tell you.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou know'st my lodging. Get me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone, and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Give me thy torch, boy. Hence, and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee. Go. Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe! Thy canopy is dust and stones. Hold, take this letter, early in the morning. See thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is to behold my lady's face.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow. This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die. I must indeed, and therefore I came hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man, fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone, let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I came hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy bade thee run away. I do defy thy conjuration, and apprehend thee for a felon here. Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy. Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet. In faith, I will. Let me peruse this face, Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the money of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered, beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. And death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, liest thou there in a bloody sheet? Oh, what more favour can I do thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin, oh dear Juliet. Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? Fear of that, I will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here I will remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars. Arms, take your last embrace. Oh, lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, and dateless bargain to engross death. Come hither, desperate pilot. Now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss I die.
Alack, alack, what blood is this which stains the stony entrance of culture? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, oh pale, who else? What? Paris too, and steeped in blood. Ah, what an unkind hour is this guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs. O comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo? I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. The greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead, and Paris too. Come. I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay. Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. It's here, a cup, closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips, haply some poison, yet doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. There rust, and let me die. What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that they so shriek abroad?
The people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears? Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh heavens, oh wife, look at how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath misstain, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and it missheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, the sight of death is a bell that warms my old age to a splusier.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manners isn't this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes, and lead you even to death. Meantime forbear, and let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion. I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge, myself condemned and myself excused. Then say at once what thou dost know in this. I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed her, and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then comes she to me, and, with wild looks, bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage, or in my cell there she would kill herself. Then I gave her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as this dire night to help her take from her borrowed grave, being the time potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone, at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell, so I could conveniently send to Romeo. But when I came, some minute ere the time of her awakening, here untimely lay the noble Paris and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth, and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me, but as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time, unto the rigor of severest law. We still have known thee for a holy man. I also received a letter from Romeo's man. This letter doth make good on the friar's words, the course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure for no more. Can I demand?
But I can give thee more, for I will ray her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Ivy.
Oh my god, what are you
What?
doing?
What?
I have the climb of the What is her mother? What are you doing?
Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Wherefore art
Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house. And a good daddy.
What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight? Who's playing the serving man again?
Not be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Juliet!
No!
You're wrong!
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Oh, sweet Juliet, thy beauty. This gentleman, the prince's.
What the fuck?
Start.
Oh, wait! Okay, 3.
Start.
John, get out of my room! Have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
To me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone. And give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee. Water thou heirs my seed.
As that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
Pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set.
Then, window, let day in,
And hereafter say, a madman's mercy can bade.
come, sir, your passado.